Ladies and gentlemen, ready for our second bout of the afternoon. This contest will be fought 3 5-minute rounds and fought under the Batterina Pro MMA rules. Entering the Batterina cage first into the red corner. Make some noise for Chris Sterling.
Chris Sterling was 6-4 as an amateur over from Impact MMA in Bristol. He's 1-1 as a pro. And all of his wins as an amateur and a pro, all but one, come by the way of submission. He's very comfortable on the floor. And I mean, Impact MMA kind of known for their jiu-jitsu, getting the groundwork. It's one of the things they specialise in. And a veteran of the Cage Warriors Academy as well as Chris Sterling.
Yeah, similar to what we do here at Battle Arena, they bring a lot of their fighters up from the amateur ranks into the professional ones. I think we do it a bit better, but just me. And he's going to be facing off against YSAI VILAMUR, who has had a big win over one of my favorites, Maxim Zamaruki, from Cooper's MMA, so you know that he can come in and just shake things down. This is going to be interesting. This is at bantamweight, 135 pounds, 61 kilos.
Steve, for our listeners at home that are watching this, what's the difference between the rule set here and the professional rules as opposed to the amateur rules we saw earlier?
Well, you saw, if you definitely watched the guys, you've probably seen Paul Nichols, motion to his elbows and his knees. He's calling for those not to be thrown to the head in the amateur ranks. So you can elbow and knee to the head in the professional ranks, and you can also elbow to the head on the ground. Now, something that's really interesting though is some of the submissions do change and are more fleshed out. So any of those that we should be looking out for?
Well, one of the things is there's different rules about leg locks. So we have pretty strict rules on leg locks in the amateur division. So it's basically a knee bar or a straight foot lock.
It has to be straight.
Yeah, in the professional division, we start allowing you to rotate the knee. The reason it's illegal as an amateur is to break your knee.
And spine locks. Spine locks
as well. So at some point, Ballerina will have its first heel hook. It's got to come. It's a very common submission these days.
I'm going to come another time.
You're a good leg lock out, or a twister. We haven't had a twister, but I mean, a twister's pretty rare, but that would be nice. I will say about YSAI VILAMUR, he's not really a grappler, so he's from London Shoe Flies. He can definitely grapple. But last time we saw him use his striking, very good patient cage control to beat the very talented Maxim Zamarukin. So
was that pro debut?
Yeah. He's so confident, he's so well rounded, and he's just the same as we see from the London Shoe Fighters fighters all night. He's patient, and it's the name of the rules, but he's professional. He acts like a professional, he doesn't rush in, he's not, and you'll see it in the UFC. I often feel like we see the amateur guys, some of the stare down, some of the angst is real. When you watch the UFC, most of that stuff is fake. They just fake it, sell the fight, get more views. And then you see them in the cage, they're not rushing in angry. They're calm, they're controlled, acting like professionals. And that's most likely what we're going to see here with the very experienced Chris Sterling with YSAI VILAMUR. I mean, VILAMUR only had 2 fights as an amateur, he didn't have 1 fight as a pro. Not experience, but coming out of that gym, being thrown straight to pro, you know he's together.
This contest is sponsored by Exegear and Preferred. Fighting first out of the red corner, weighing 61.5 kilograms, representing Impact Gym with a professional MMA record of 1 win and 1 defeat. Make some noise for Chris Sterling. And his opponent, the fighter in the blue corner, weighing 61.2 kilograms, representing London Shoes with a perfect professional record of 1 contest with 1 win. Make some noise for YSAI VILAMUR.
YSAI VILAMUR taking on Chris Sterling. Any predictions here, Steve?
I'd be want, but I think it's VILAMUR. There's something I see in that guy's eyes that I don't like looking at. But
I'll balance out Steve. I'm going to go with Sterling by submission. He's had so many on his record.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe VILAMUR falls into a double and gets triangle or guillotined. A low kick there from Sterling. I'm liking the crispness of VILAMUR striking.
Sterling back to his feet.
So I know it's subtle, but Villamure's got a little bit more of the shoulder roll and a little bit more off the center line.
Yep. And just skips out of the way beautifully. Oh, he's a heavy jab to the stomach. Sterling wants to take down Steve, I think.
Ooh, that knee. So remember, knees to the head, elbows to the head are allowed. Watch those, especially in close range, and also those 4-ounce gloves.
Right. And knees at the middle if Sterling does a predictable shot like he just threw. Yeah, a big right then. Snuck through the guard, and again.
Sterling doesn't seem to have an answer here on the feet.
Sterling's touched his right hand to come. Oh, did he hit a shot? I don't think so, Steve. I think he's okay. Balls to his back.
I don't know what that big thud was, whether it was Villamure's knees or the head of Sterling going into the mat off that big, strong sprawl.
Bouncing in and out.
If there was a bit more crispness to Sterling, you'd see that Villamure is just, he's opening up every time he throws. Every time he throws punch, the elbow comes out, right? Right hand drops. See? Look at that.
Yeah.
He almost windmilled backwards to throw the left hand.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's working really well, Steve. I think if we watched it in slow-mo, we'd be like, all right, it's not the perfect boxing technique, but
there's double unders there for the shot. Very strong.
This is, I mean, Sterling's got a lot of submissions on his record. He's probably not overly disappointed to be on the floor, but would rather be in a better position than half guard.
Especially half guard giving up the underhook.
Yeah, he needs to get his left arm under Villamure's left arm, and that will allow him to recover guard. He's working from half quite effectively. Try shots from the bottom, mainly get the shot himself.
See, Villamure knows where the money's at. Standing up again.
This is what London should do. They win rounds, they win fights by being professional, by figuring out the way to win and sticking to the game plan.
And these are 5-minute rounds, so it's 3 5-minute rounds here, so there's a lot of time to work. Glancing left hook.
Yeah, Sterling lands a lovely left hook of his own.
You saw it there from Villamure. He's disrupting every time Sterling comes in. That jab really disrupts Sterling.
Jumped in. Oh! Flying elbow attempt or something, Steve. It's confusing. He's touching his hand again. His right hand is definitely an issue.
He keeps trying to pull that glove in, but maybe keep it on. Maybe it's not as tight as it should be.
Could just be a tick. He doesn't spar in. Looking if Sterling throws a right hand now. Is he throwing it? Still hasn't thrown a rough right in the last 90 seconds. Touch the hand again.
You see, it's funny because Villamure looks like he should be really, really tight. It looks like he should be, I don't know, but he's so much looser. See, look, starts throwing it. It's much faster than you think it's going to come. I think that's getting Sterling off, catching Sterling off guard. I'd like to see Villamure use some more kicking, though.
Still haven't seen Sterling throw a right hand, Steve. I think he's hurt his hand.
And you're right, he did try to lean in with that right elbow rather than throw it.
Yeah.
Calls the circle off.
Sterling's gonna...
There was a bit of a mouse over the eye for Villamure now. There's a clash of skulls maybe on the way in.
He's there on the ground, he's posting, and then he's touching the hand again. So interested, Steve. What's wrong with his hand? Look again.
He's posting. Left hook landed. He's just not sitting down on anything, is Villamure. Or sorry, is Sterling. Villamure's sitting down on everything.
Great cardio on Villamure. He's loading up on every shot, but not getting tired doing it.
This 5 minutes is winding down right now.
Oh, Sterling in trouble there.
Sterling's still very much in the fight, but just getting tagged everywhere. This is where the power's going to be a different.
That hand again.
15 seconds, Chris. 15 seconds.
10-second warning. First round of our first professional fight of the evening.
I mean, the round has been all Villamure stuff every takedown, with more effective striking. Sterling for a right hand right at the end. Yeah, I don't know if it...
You wouldn't be doing that with your right hand if it was hurt. Like he's posted it, he's put it over.
It's just interesting. He's touching all the time, Steve. It's just uncomfortable.
When they
It's
come
too
back.
tight.
I'll ask him.
You can ask him.
You probably can't see it, but those are nice Nikes that this corner man's wearing.
You're a trainer person, Steve.
Not really, just all the kids that I teach at school.
Oh,
real
they
sneakerheads.
understand.
I'm wearing Primary vests.
Do the fans on.
I need some Air Force Ones.
Yeah, I don't really get it.
Jordan 4s or Jordan 1s. All right, a little bit of.
So the question is, Steve, what are the corner of Chris Sterling going to be saying to him? What adjustments can he make?
We should have hit more pads.
We should have hit the pads. Stop touching right-handed.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. You're a professional. Now, this is the thing. You need to tighten up, and you need to start showing more than just slappy kicks and slappy hands. You have to make him actually respect you. I don't care if you're the boy in the gym that's all slick off your back and everything like that. You need to sit down on something and make him actually start being able to bite into feints, and that's how you're going to start backing him up, or getting him to lean off to one side where you can sink. Like the single leg is what they were calling for, so that might be his move, but he needs to get him leaning back to make that happen. You can Frankie Edgar that with a jab forward and posting on the shoulder, and reaching for the ankle pick.
And if you're the guy in the gym that's slick off your back, you've got Damien Meyer, you need to really commit to the shot to force them to sprawl. And you sit through, you get to your guard.
That was better. That was better. I think what you're seeing from Sterling is Sterling very much like all fighters, just a confidence guy. You need to get a couple things going your way to build on that momentum. He's got some nice techniques.
Oh, that was better. It's like I called for it, Steve. It's like I called for it, although Villamur was over triangle.
Now we can see where the damage can be done.
Much better for Sterling. This is what he wanted the whole fight. Now he's got to show us what he can do with it. There's elbows from the bottom. One of those things, do you try and hit from the bottom, or do you go feet on the hips and scramble? Villamur opted to hit from the bottom, which gives to Sterling time to drag him to his corner, push him against the cage, put himself in a really good position. Villamur recognised the danger, posted. Sterling's corner on one of the elbows. Quite nice to see.
We're talking about damage. Trying to do some damage.
Ball from the triangle. Elbows from the corner of Sterling. It's quite tough. Villamur did a good job of wrist control, head control.
He is. He's threatening that high shoulder power and submissions. I don't think there's loads in that right now because they're both quite sweaty.
Oh, Villamur's doing it. Oh, that's more like it from Sterling. Oh, that's not what he wanted though.
Very good timing from Villamur.
Sterling, when you watch this back, drop me a message at Chris Benson PJ on Instagram and let me know what was wrong with your hand. I'm so interested.
Yeah, I'm really wondering. Now he's off his back. We're seeing a lot of damage being done by people off their backs with elbows, right? Posting, pushing, and having the person lead forward with the head.
Oh, nice attempt. He's going for the heel hook. Steve, I told you it was going to happen.
Come on.
No, that's not happening.
Okay. Imanari roll, boy.
Oh, his eyes after up kicks of Sterling. Dangerous off his back.
Shuffling forward.
In a much closer round,
Be
Steve.
happy to.
I mean, I'm not sure how you score this round. Kick down each. I guess Villamur's done a little more damage.
Yeah. Big elbows landed for Villamur.
Oh, he's looking for triangle with Sterling. Touching his hand. I like the confidence of Sterling. He must have a hand on you, Oh, nice knees.
There's not much in it right now. Maybe Vilamur's starting to slow down a little bit. All that power he was throwing in the first round isn't quite there. Check hook.
As he hits him with a big
As
shot.
he hits him again, really, really hard.
Oh, that was nice by Sterling. Got caught with a calf kick, but followed it with an ankle pick.
Stayed really, really well on top there. Now he's looking to step over. He can use this. There's good passing.
Pass, elbow.
Nice elbow.
So look for arm triangle maybe. He's keeping the head low. No, going to look to improve position. Staying on top.
Some really good cornering coming from the corner of Sterling in the Apex MMA lot.
Yep.
Team Apex. Good cornering to smother, to stay on top, to maintain the position,
Get
to
around
follow
those
the
legs.
hips.
Nice work by Sterling. Vilamure's getting tired. Sterling's having his moments.
He is. I'm wondering if Sterling's going to be able to get a knee across and maybe improve his position even further from side control. He landed a big elbow.
I mean, he hasn't landed big shots, but this is the most dominant position we've seen this round.
To move where he needs to get his knee across. To start leading with the knee if he's going to pass.
To the right. He's going to look for him to posture an elbow.
There he is throwing the right hand now, very soft.
I mean, Steve, possibly around a piece.
Let's go with that. Let's keep let's
the
keep
drama's good
going.
if we do that.
I think that's good. I think the takedown was good. I think the elbow landed on top was all right.
Yep.
You know, a quarter of a submission attempt in terms of converting onto the legs. But I've found that a lot when I'm rolling with MMA guys, is that they're dropping weight so heavy and so hard to invert onto their legs.
Oh yeah.
And to send them away. They're not playing that kind of backwards, forwards sort of game you get in BJJ.
And the cost of getting it wrong is high. You're going to end up in a bad position with someone that's allowed to elbow you in the face.
It reminds me of when Shogun Hua fought John Jones. And Shogun Hua had been so known for going into deep half, just underhooking the leg in half guard. He got stuck there by Jones and just completely pounded it out. It was hard to watch.
Remember, Ballerina brought to you by Power Sports, Eric Fight Gear, Unify, One Drive, the ISKA, and of course, Privacy First Chat. Here we go, round 3, round apiece, possibly going on the Steve Brinkman scorecard. Oh, it's possibly a right hand
Just
injury.
chatting with the corner a bit there. The Apex guy's been doing really, really well. God, look at how jacked Vilamur is.
He's jacked, Steve.
Jacked.
I might need to get a chest tattoo.
I think that makes all the difference. Guaranteed 200 kilo deadlift.
He does have an arrow on his back. It's probably, it looks like a quote that's tattooed into the shape of an arrow on his lower back. I'm interested. You definitely want the arrow pointing up if you've got it there.
Woohoo, let's see. It's all to play for here in the third round. Let's say it's a round apiece, at least in terms of our scorecards here.
Oh, desperate.
Please don't. Please. You've got all the time in the world right now, big guy.
Yeah,
Got all the time.
Not set it up. Wild.
There were some mutterings from the corner that Sterling might have hurt his hand there. So, gosh. And with these really tiny gloves, right, you take a shot wrong, you throw it correctly, but if it lands on those knuckles, your pinky or your ring finger knuckle, you can shatter your hand deep down in. If they wanted to chase it up, good big uppercut on the way
Did, but
up.
that uppercut for chasing it up.
I know YSAI has thrown incredible shots, just lots and lots of power, but Sterling is just in it. You know, he looks like he hasn't taken much more than, a bit of a bad sunburn on his right side. He's very tough, very game. And I worry about whether, if he did hurt that right hand, if this would have been a much different fight if he could have sat down on it.
Yeah.
And even trying to make those connections with your hands against the body, against the legs, very, very tough. Right now, look, he's rolling out again, just in the hand.
Yeah, it's definitely an issue with that hand.
So much can go wrong in these MMA fights. He's throwing so much at each other.
But just in normal life, if someone trips, they can get hurt quite easily. And think about the impact that these guys' bodies are taking. It's so impressive. Real athletes. Vilamur wants to put him away, Steve.
Yeah, he does.
He's loading up on it now.
If there's no power on that right side, oh, there's the right hand. And that's it, he turns away. Sat down on it correctly.
I was about to say maybe it was a fast stoppage. I don't think it was.
No.
A great stoppage.
No, you see him roll away. He's still shaking it off. It was a big shot. Right hand right through, and he just fell like a tree. And that's 4-0. for London Shoot, legendary London Shoot, I should say.
Legendary London Shoot. Crowd going wild for Vilamur, getting the undefeated London Shoot. How many wins out of how many fights? 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 4. That is very impressive.
Very much so. Really, really impressed.
Steve, look how good we look on camera. We're just a good-looking pair. That's what it is.
Yeah, and you know what is even better is obviously when people are smiling, because this
That's
is some
our
of the
producer. That's a man that should definitely be behind the camera.
No, I got a face for radio.
You got
The just an incredible fight there, back and forth. You know, you're seeing obviously Chris Sterling in the corner with his guys after being finished in the third round. It showed that YSAI Villamur was not going to lay off. He was all over him. He was going and going and going forward. What a fight. What a professional fight that was, and handled like two professionals very well.
So after 1 minute and 41 seconds of the third and final round, we have your winner by knockout for the fighter in the blue corner, YSAI VILAMUR.
Look at Maya Villamur's just drive and determination.
Chris Sterling.
He had moments of adversity. It wasn't an easy fight for him, but the whole fight he was looking for that big one-shot finish, and he got it in the third and final round. Go to a replay. Beautiful work by Vilamur. Hit him with some big shots. Oh, Sterling shooting, struggling with the position. Vilamur loaded up on everything so much. He didn't seem to get tired for it either. Footwork.
Yeah, it was just there was a lack of crispness on the side of Vilamur, but